The worst part about motivation isn't losing it, it's how real it felt when you had it. For a moment, everything clicked. You weren't forcing yourself, you weren't fighting resistance, you weren't bargaining with your own mind. You were clear, you planned your future, you made promises you actually believed. You thought, this is it. This time, everything changes, it's different, and then it disappears. Not slowly, not gradually, just gone. Now you're standing there with the same plans, the same expectations, the same weight, but none of the drive that made it feel possible. And that's when it hits. Not just exhaustion, hopelessness. Because now you're carrying the same load as before, without the one thing that made you believe you could move it. Motivation doesn't disappear randomly. It disappears the moment a goal stops feeling safe. You don't talk about this part. You say you're busy or burned out or taking a break. But what you actually feel is quieter. You feel like you let yourself down, like you trusted something unstable. It's not that you don't want the goal anymore. It's worse. You want it, but you don't trust yourself to go after it again. Because last time, you believed. And belief didn't last. So every new idea feels heavy before you begin. Every plan feels fragile. Every burst of excitement comes with the same thought. How long before this fades too? You don't feel lazy. You feel exposed. And here's the part nobody admits. You start protecting yourself from hope. Because wanting something now has a cost. It means risking disappointment again. People think motivation fades because you don't care enough. Most of the time it fades because you care too much. Think about fitness. The first week feels incredible. You're eating clean, training hard, telling people. By week 3, you're not tired. You're scared of breaking the streak. The workouts didn't get harder, the meaning did. Motivation isn't fuel, it's a signal. It appears when something feels possible, when the future feels open instead of threatening. Decades of research show this. Motivation thrives when freedom is high and pressure is low. At the beginning, motivation feels playful. Nothing is at stake yet. Your brain isn't asking, can I keep this up? It's asking, what if? But once motivation stays long enough, something changes. You start measuring, tracking, comparing. You tell people. You make it public. You build identity around it. Quietly, the goal stops being an idea and starts becoming a test. Your nervous system notices what once felt optional now feels judged. Not trying becomes disappointing. Failing becomes embarrassing. Stopping feels personal. And when something feels risky, your brain protects you the only way it knows how. It shuts down energy to the task. Motivation doesn't disappear when you stop wanting. It disappears when wanting starts to feel unsafe. Think about school. The moment you announce, this semester I'm changing everything, the pressure hits. Now, one bad grade isn't feedback, it's failure. So your brain whispers, maybe don't try today. Not laziness. Protection. Motivation doesn't vanish because you're weak. It vanishes because pressure replaces possibility. It doesn't leave when you stop caring. It leaves when your worth gets tied to consistency. You weren't failing to stay motivated. You were asking motivation to protect you from disappointment, and it couldn't. Picture a stick figure at the base of a hill. At first, it looks doable. Sun's out, path is clear, so they start climbing. But as they go, how far left, how fast you should move, who's already ahead? The hill didn't change. The meaning did. Every step feels watched. Every pause feels judged. Eventually they stop, not because it got steeper, but because the climb stopped feeling like a choice. People don't quit because they're tired. They quit because they're tired of feeling afraid. This isn't about getting motivation back. It's about removing what killed it. 1. Make effort private again. No posting, no audience. Remove the witness. Remove the threat. 2. Lower the stakes. Not 1,000 words, just 5 minutes. Your brain understands safety, not ambition. 3. Practice unmeasured work. Write without publishing. Train without logging. Study without testing. Not forever, just long enough to rebuild trust. 4. Stop asking emotional questions. Not, do I feel motivated? But, what's the next tiny move? Progress isn't built in hours, it's built in inches. People who succeed long-term aren't more motivated than you. They're just less afraid of being average while they get there. Think about something you're already good at. Talking, gaming, drawing, cooking. You don't hype yourself up. You don't wait for motivation. You just do it. Because it doesn't feel dangerous. The beginning of change feels incredible, not because you're succeeding, but because nothing is at stake yet. The hardest part isn't starting. It's the middle. when progress is real but invisible. Most people assume motivation is gone. Really, they've stepped into the phase where pressure replaces novelty. If you survive that part, you win. So ask yourself, was it losing motivation that changed you or losing trust in motivation? Which part hit hardest? If you feel stuck, tired, unmotivated, it doesn't mean the dream is dead. It means you're in the transition from spark to structure. That quiet absence you feel isn't the end. It's often the beginning of something real.